So here's what we call the 4-hour window. Now, on a date, I find on average, the average date can last up to 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours before the girl is like yawning, tired, wants to go home, right? It's like, how much of you can she take? Now, hey, don't get me wrong. This is just a rule of thumb. This is just my experience. I believe that we have a 4-hour window, and it's funny because some of the OG pickup artists, dating coaches, they coined a term called the 7-hour rule, where essentially what they say is it will take a woman 7 hours before she decides she wants to sleep with you, right? Now, in my opinion and from my expertise, I would say on average, it can take up to 4 hours with good game, with everything from this course, with everything we're teaching you. It can take on average around 4 hours. So instead of taking 7 hours, you could do it in 4. You can do it in 4 hours, okay? And essentially what that means is, look, it doesn't really matter whether it's 4 or 7 hours. Obviously, this video is titled the 4-hour window. And this is just my experience. I will say on average, oftentimes it'll take me 2-3 hours to get the lay or get laid, right? And so let's say you do drinks or you're hanging out or you're vibing or whatever, you're back at your place. You know, between hour 3 to 4 is usually when you want to start making moves. Between the 3rd and 4th hour is usually when you want to start making moves, because especially think about this. If you meet a girl at 6 p.m. for a date and she has work the next day, so the date can go till like 10 p.m. because she's got to be in bed by 11, so she can wake up at 7 a.m. to get to work, right? Well, you only have 4 hours, right? If you're doing a date at nighttime, maybe like 9 p.m. or whatever, well, you know, same thing. It's like she's going to be tired, and the bars and clubs or whatever the fuck venue you're going to, the restaurant, the pub, it's going to close at a certain time. So you probably only have a few hours, right? And so it's more of a rule of thumb. I would say on average, it could take around 4 hours to hit the home run, close the deal, and make things happen. And with the whole 7-hour rule concept that was coined by some of the OG pickup guys, I think it was coined by Mystery, you know, that's more on like a longer end of the spectrum. I would say the 4-hour window is an average time frame. It's not a maximum, it's an average. And maybe 7 hours is usually like more of a maximum time frame. So between 4 to 7 hours is usually what it'll take if you're kind of just learning the stuff. But if you're kind of more advanced, yeah, you could do it in 2-3 hours. So you gotta realize 4 hours is the average of all these times that we're mentioning. So on average, it is a 4-hour window. It's a window of opportunity, and it's a window that you need to actually, you know, work around. You need to make sure that, you know, things happen in the 4 hours, and so therefore you're leading. Time is your ally, so you have the 4 hours. So don't rush it. There's no point in rushing it because you do have that time, and there's also no point in rushing it because time is your ally. And then because you're leading and because you're charismatic and you're taking her to multiple venues and you are, you know, showing her a great magical emotional adventure, right? Once again, and you know, you're having fun, you're vibing, and you're having drinks and stuff. Well, by the time you do get to that point, you know, things are going to go pretty great, because usually your dates are going to be in the evenings. Who the fuck does a date during the day? People don't do that. And if you do, it's kind of silly, because I don't know what it is, but there's something about the sun going down that just makes girls horny. There's something about the sun setting that just makes girls want to fuck. And once it's dark, people get, you know, more loose and more free, in my experience, right? And so what happens is, you know, if you're setting up a date, you're probably not setting it up for middle of the afternoon because she's probably working or whatever, right? Or it's just too early in the day. So you're probably setting up a date for the evening. And then your date's going to be in the evening, whether it's an instant date or day two, it's going to be the evening, usually most cases. Let's be real. Most dates are in the evening or at nighttime. And so because of that, you know, you got to work around that and realize that, you know, great, sun's down, things are going great. And because of that, you're probably having drinks too. You're probably having drinks. And she's probably horny. You're probably horny, and things are gonna, you know, happen because you feel what she feels what you feel, people feel what you feel. It's called the law of state transference, right? And so because of that, you can kind of lead in that direction. But just remember, the 4-hour window of opportunity is a very important thing to recognize.